He's never fought us. Not us united.
My favorite moment in this entire... Maybe I should complicate this before I start speaking here.
Welcome to Comics League Movie Night. I am Jared, and today we are talking about The Dark Knight, otherwise known as one of the best Batman movies of all time. What's up, Medina?
Asterisk.
Asterisk, yeah. And of the three, it's probably the best. It's not the best.
Batman Begins would like to have a word with you.
Batman Begins is the best Batman movie of the three. Okay, you know what? Well,
it's a close debate. It's a close debate.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna go out and say this, and this will probably get me kicked from the stream. I actually found The Dark Knight to be kind of boring.
Really? It does get kind of long at times, so I'm not going to kick you because to a certain degree it's true. To a certain
It kind of like I feel like this movie sniffs its own farts a little bit too much, honestly.
And it drags. It does
like
drag.
It's kind of a movie where the sum of its parts. The whole is not better than the sum of its parts. Yeah, that's the right way to put it. You know, like all the individual pieces are great. You know, it's just when you add it all together, it's just I don't know. Just kind of like I don't know.
But it's still good. Let me put it this way: I like it for what it is. Let me put it this way: I'm the guy that has seen the Snyder Cut 11 times, so
going on 12.
It's still better than the movie that will not be named.
Good picks. 1989, Batman Returns, and The Dark Knight. All three of those are really good. I'll give you that. The Dark Knight is a Michael Mann movie with superheroes, and I love every second of it. Sweet. So
can't go wrong.
Yeah, we're not going to do like a point by point. We're going to really talk about our favorite parts and like what this movie did really well. Let's talk about the Joker first. The elephant in the room.
Moment of silence.
I'm not crazy.
Nick. Moment of silence. Okay. So I think it's safe to say, and we also, I feel like the Batman
underrated.
movie,
that one is very underrated.
Very underrated.
Very underrated. Yeah.
I do have a nitpick for Return of the Joker. I appreciate the horror element, but they should have given Tim Drake a teenage redesign. That's me. It just would have made more sense if you're factoring continuity. But that's my only nitpick.
Yeah, it's just time. You got to realize, like, it was kind of one of those things where it's like he's only gonna be early in it for a few shots, and it just kind of didn't make sense to redesign it for such little screen time. Plus, with how little of a budget they had for that movie.
Yeah. Okay, so back to Dark
Knight. But I totally get what you're saying. They should have done it.
And what I like about this movie is that, really specifically about this movie's Joker, is that it really emphasizes the unreliable narrator thing. Because you notice when Joker keeps saying, "You want to know how I got these scars?" He keeps changing his story.
Also, can we give a shout out? Spawn is in this movie.
Oh yeah, Michael Jai White. He gets like a joke. He gets very smiley.
Yes. He gets Spawn camped.
Spawn camped. Wow. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, Michael Jai White is one of those actors where he's just amazing in anything he does.
Yeah, you and I are destined to do it forever.
If only.
My other biggest problem is I feel like they kind of did Two-Face a disservice because
they did.
The Harvey Dent portion was great. Aaron Eckhart, and the thing is, I just really feel like Aaron Eckhart really didn't have that much material to work with on the Two-Face side. Like, he was only really Two-Face for like 10 minutes, and then stuff happens. I feel like he should have gotten his own movie. Like, basically, the stuff happens, and then he's the villain of the third movie. Like, I really feel like have him die or pretend to die, and then he kind of comes back and it's Two-Face.
According to Lugsberg, Apparently, it had something to do with retconning more and more events into the timeline that weren't considered when Tim was drawn so young in the flashback. All right. But I do agree with you. Aaron Eckhart was great. Even as Two-Face, I felt he was really good in this movie. And by the way...
I feel like he was more let down by the material than his own ability. That's
fantastic...
Great casting.
I feel like he did, like, as far as Two-Face is concerned, I feel like he did the best he could with what he was given. The problem was he wasn't given very much.
Yes, and first off. And second off, there's this great line in this movie that I think summarizes the old regime of Warner Brothers. Are you ready?
I really look like a guy with a plan.
Oh, I thought you were going to use the live long enough to see yourself become a villain line.
No.
No, that's more appropriate for a Star Wars drink. Say that for a Star Wars drink.
No, but it's also for that one because remember, after the Snyder Cut came out, they told us 8 times they had a plan. So it was more
mystery
like...
box.
So did the Cylons, and we all saw how that worked out.
Mm-hmm. I also liked how this movie like really emphasized Gotham's like criminal element and about how they all like. I love how they're all gathering in one space, and then they're all like, okay, so, and then Joker comes, easy, we kill the Batman, and everyone starts laughing, and he's like, "You want to see a magic trick? I can make a pencil, boosh, disappear, ta-da!" Love that. I love how this movie uses, like, doesn't need to use gore in order for it to work well. I'm going to use that as a clip from now on for my for whenever Nick says anything punny. It's going to be the Joker doing this. That's great.
Hey, I'm pretty fly for a fun guy.
Mm-hmm. He was great. And probably don't like Warner Brothers. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
I mean, the Joker said himself, does he look like a guy with a plan?
A man.
There you go. You
That
deserve that, Medina.
Speaking of improving, a little behind the scenes info. So you know when he's walking out and like the hospital implodes, the reason why he like looks back and then like pushes a button is because the explosion actually was delayed a few seconds. So like it didn't happen on cue. So that's why he looked back, and so like that scene was actually, wasn't supposed to happen that way, So it's like he kind of stayed in character.
Well, though,
He pulled it off fantastically. Are you kidding me?
Heath Ledger always was a great method actor.
Apparently, he had a whole basically shrine set up of the Joker in his apartment, and because. What Heath Ledger was like Jared Leto, and that when they get a role, they really get into that role.
Except Heath Ledger wasn't a dick about it. Also, I believe like Heath Ledger wasn't always in the Joker persona on set, kind of thing. Like, because like if you actually go back and like look and listen to the interviews, people say like they loved working with Heath Ledger. Like they said it was always a joy to watch him work on set. Versus Jared Leto was a nightmare. So I think it comes down to acting ability and also just a person. Like Heath Ledger wasn't mailing dead rats to people.
Yeah. And asking only to be referred to as Joker.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a bad Joker too. John, here's one. Jack Nicholson, on the other hand, he was fantastic. But
probably my favorite Heath Ledger moment is that one moment where he's got like that handheld camera, and that's the first time you hear like the Joker laugh. That scene was actually directed by Heath Ledger.
Really?
That Christopher Nolan like literally had like where it was all handheld and whatnot. Christopher Nolan had nothing to do with that. He just let Heath go for it. Like. That was all Heath Ledger.
That is fantastic.
Where he's like the handheld camera and it's like you hear the Joker laugh for the first time.
I like directors that put that much trust in their actors. It's kind of like, and it's very Snyder-esque. Yes, I'm going to talk about Zack Snyder because. Oh, and by the way, yes, because when you see if they ever release the Suicide Squad, the Ayer cut, it actually has a lot more Joker and he's a lot better.
Yeah, like I like especially when you have directors that are so precise, like Christopher Nolan. Probably one of my favorite movie stories is from A Clockwork Orange. A Stanley Kubrick movie, who is famous for being such a huge perfectionist. The Singing in the Rain scene, where he's like, that scene, like Malcolm McDowell just started singing the song while doing that scene. And before the scene was done, Kubrick rushed to the phone to get the rights to that song. Like, that wasn't even in the script. Like, that wasn't even planned. He just started doing it. And even Stanley Kubrick was smart enough to realize, okay, this is good.
I told you I got that. But okay. This was also the last...
Another fun fact. That very clip you showed me, that was improvised.
Really?
Like that wasn't even a script. Like the whole, because that was actually when Gordon became commissioner. All of a sudden, you hear from the back, Joker just start clapping. Like that was improvised. That was fully improvised with Heath Ledger. That part wasn't even in a script. So sorry, I'm kind of in like fun fact mode.
No, I love that. It's great. That's what brings that's the fun part about these streams. This was also the last movie where the Batman voice was moderately tolerable. It was still. Let me put it this way: it got worse from Begins to Night, but at this point, it was the last that I could really like go. Okay, I can tolerate this. Reminds me of the time Don Siegel got sick on the set of Dirty Harry, so Clint directed the jumper scene himself. Yeah. And yes, which is crazy considering.
So another fun fact. So Arlie Ernie was actually the technical advisor for that. He wasn't even cast as that character. And the thing is, so Kubrick was famous for not letting his actors improvise, but all of Ernie's scenes were improvised because like Stanley Kubrick trusted him so much.
Yeah. So
I'm a Kubrick fan, by the way. So
oh, of course, back to Night.
Of course.
Going around, let me ask you guys, what's your favorite part of the movie?
Definitely. Go ahead, Jared. Go ahead.
Mine is when the Joker and Batman are like fighting, and then Batman and Joker goes, "Speaking of which, you know how I got these scars?" And then Batman's like, "No, but I know how you got these." And my second favorite part is when the accountant comes in to blackmail Bruce Wayne. He says, "I know who Batman is. I want $1 million. I want like this many $1 million for the rest of my life." Then Fox goes, "Actually, you know what, Nick? You want to do the line?"
So you're saying you're a man who dresses as a bat and beats criminals at night, and you're saying you want to blackmail him?
Good luck. Yeah,
I'm paraphrasing it, but yeah.
I'll tell you, I'll do it because I memorized that line. He goes, "So let me get this straight. You think that Bruce Wayne, billionaire playboy, is a vigilante that spends his nights beating criminals to a pulp and driving on rooftops, and your idea is to blackmail this person? Good luck, dude." That was like I love just seeing him deflate so much after that. It is so good. Visually, you could see as he's going through it, the accountant's like, "Oh yes."
He did not think that through.
This was badass with the sonar.
Also, they got the white eyes from the animated series.
Yes, the white eyes. I love that. So, okay, so I'm sorry, Jay, you go next. Favorite part of this movie?
Definitely, Morgan Freeman always steals the show. But if I had to name a specific scene, it would have to be the sacrifice where Batman takes the fall. After Harvey's death. Now Two-Face. I almost said two-time. Two-Face.
It's about what's fair.
Two-Face. I mean, again, it was great casting, but Two-Face should have been given either a spinoff or a time. He should have been given his own medium. Joker kind of overshadowed him, but he did great with what he did.
Right. Fun fact. Here's my fun fact. Joker. Had Heath Ledger not died, Joker would have been the villain in the third movie. That was the plan. They went to bed because Joker, because Heath died, unfortunately.
And ironically, they ripped off Batman and Robin.
I believe the plan was to have Joker and Harley Quinn and have Kristen Bell play Harley Quinn, which I gotta say, that like Kristen Bell of that era would have been perfect. Which
yeah,
I wish it would have happened. Because that would have put Frozen in an entirely different context. for the first time in forever.
Mr. J. I love that.
Oh my god. Oh. While we're talking about this, do you guys watch fan films?
To an
Yeah.
extent,
Have you seen the Mr. J fan films?
Mm-mm.
I have.
Oh my god, they're amazing. Like that first one is great, but like the rest of them are so
If
good.
you want to see a really good fan film, Bat in the Sun, they did this fantastic Batman Joker fan film. So good. I'll find the name of it.
So
It's really
basically, the Mr. J series, it goes off of the idea that the Joker from Dark Knight got captured and put into Arkham, and that's where Harley Quinn gets corrupted. So it's literally a springboard off of the films.
I love that. That's great. And so let's talk about this. How cool was it when you think the Batmobile's wrecked? Then all of a sudden Batman just shoots out of it on the Bat Pod. I was like, oh, that is so cool. When it says eject, I thought that the top was going to open. He's just going to fly out like Batman. No, he just explodes out like a missile. They should have never called the villain Bane in Dark Knight Rises. So saying that was Black Mask would have made more sense than trying to base him off of Bane.
I do feel like Michael, Hardy actually did a good job with it.
With what he was given, yes. Oh, that looks actually really good. I'm not playing it, Nick. I can't play it, Nick.
Damn copyright.
Yeah, I can't play it. But
what would you say is a better movie, The Dark Knight Rises or Batman Bad Blood? They're essentially the same story.
Bad Blood, honestly.
I'll give you that.
It's less of an insult. Well, actually, it's still an insult to Talia al Ghul. So both times Talia does not act in character, but at least the other one has like Batman, Nightwing. Robin has Batwing. There's like more characters to play with that actually act like they're characters. Plus, Bane's one of my favorite Batman villains, and yes, Hardy did a good job with what he was given. It's just I hate the mask being like a painkiller thing instead of a luchador, and then I hate him like being in love with Talia. That is stupid.
Okay,
they did make a Dark Multiverse tie-in in the Tales of Dark Multiverse based on that.
Yes, I love that. That was so cool. He becomes
show my screen real quick. Just.
Yeah, that works.
That's the Harley Quinn.
That works. Yeah. That works.
And it's like they even have. I'm thumbing through. I'm not actually showing the video.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show it again, please? So it's like.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, so it's like. Yeah, it's like,
that works.
So yeah, that's episode 3, by the way. So.
Yeah, there is one scene that Harvey says to Alfred. You've known Rachel all his life, and Alfred snarks, not yet. It's funny at first, but then you rewatch and realize foreshadowing. I also love where Harvey goes to Bruce. He goes, Rachel's told you all about me. Well, I certainly hope not.
And I don't know if it's just the philanthropy aspect, but I think Rachel was just a forced love interest. If you just kept them childhood friends and then she tragically gets killed off, it would have had more impact. I'm just saying.
Well, here's kind of the problem. They kind of killed off the love interest part at the end of the first movie. They basically like. Also, I really don't like Maggie Gyllenhaal as Rachel Dawes. It's an entirely different character. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. It is literally literally they should just called her Vicky Vale. Like, I mean, she's not a purporter, but like make Vicky Vale.
Ginger side.
Vicky Vale's a blonde.
No, she's a redhead in at least in the new.
No. In Batman Telltale, she was a redhead. She was
in Hush, she was a blonde. In Batman Hush,
I will prove this.
In Batman Hush, she was a blonde.
In Batman Eternal, New 52, she's a redhead. Hang on.
She could have dyed her hair that day.
So all we're proving is that she is both a redhead and a blonde.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The point is, I mean, the only times I've seen her are redheads and like Frank Miller.
Actually, I stand corrected. She's a redhead in Hush. So I'll admit I was wrong.
Ha!
I'm admitting I was wrong. Why are you mocking me?
And wait, one more. We got our boy. What's up, Taladia? Favorite part of Dark Knight? Go.
Favorite part of the Dark Knight? It's simple. Either you die here or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
And you know what? I forgot one thing. I forgot to play your intro. So here's Nick. And Taladia.
All the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
And Jaheed.
Not impressed.
Sorry about that. But yes, I was right, a-hole. There you go.
See, what Taladia said that also kind of like it speaks to another problem I had with it. There's too many one-liners, and by that I mean like one or two quotes in movies fine, but the fact the movie is so filled with quotes, it kind of like dilutes it. Like it kind of like, you know, one would have a really good impact, two maybe, but there's like one, like every scene has like this one line that everyone quotes, and it just kind of makes a jumbled mess, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say this: it was not Batman and Robin bad. There were
No.
I mean, it was not, but there were a lot of quips in that.
I mean that's a special level of hell. So,
But yeah, going to what Taladia says, I love that line because it literally plays. It's foreshadowing for what happens to Harvey, and to a certain degree, you could say Batman, because when you
also,
think of,
I love how the Joker says "one more day."
yeah,
One bad
exactly.
day.
One bad day. Yeah, 100% it works. All of this is all of his stories, actually, when you look at them, they have that common thread: one bad day. And also, when you look at, what do you guys think of the social experiment the Joker did, where he placed the detonators to bombs in either the prisoner boat, and the boat of innocent people?
I mean, the scene itself, I love it. It's great. But that could have been cut. I'm sorry. That was that did not need to be there. That was just padding the runtime. But the scene itself, I love it. It's beautiful. It's I love it. You know, it's a great scene. But it's one of those sequences where it did not need to be there. It is fat.
I disagree, but I think it could have been shortened.
It could have been shortened. It could have been shortened by about 10, 15 minutes.
It went on for so long, so I agree with you on that portion, Nick. It was sort of padding runtime.
But the scene itself was great. I got no problems with the scene itself. It's beautiful.
Purpose.
Like the fact that like it's great. Like the fact that like they both decided not to do it, I think was such a great message. It didn't need to be there, or at least like you said, at least truncated.
I wanted to say this for Dark Knight Rises, but in case I suffer for any technical difficulties or anything like that, the whole rookie debacle in Dark Knight Rises, that should have been played completely straight. That's Richard, or at the very least.
We can talk about that next week. That's kind of a talk for next week.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about Dark Knight right now.
Yeah, but
I like your fire, but you know, save that fire for next week.
Did you guys actually think they killed Jim Gordon?
No.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Now that was padding.
So, it kind of reminds me of this one line. You know, the Family Guy Star Wars parodies they did.
Oh yeah.
There's a line where Peter says, "We got 3 of the main characters here. I think we're gonna be fine." That's basically my thought. Like, oh, Jim Gordon. Oh no, he's not dead. He's not dead. Like, you're not gonna kill Jim.
They can kill Jim Gordon. Batman, Jim Gordon, and Alfred cannot die. Wait. When I mean Alfred, I mean pre-Tom King. But what's interesting, by the way, is
I would love it if if Tom King just hopped in a time machine, walked onto the set of Dark Knight, and just shot Michael Caine
during the movie. By the way, what's kind of funny is
that's his fan fiction. That's his fan fiction.
They actually do write a deleted scene where Alfred's assassinated, and the assassin is played by Tom King because he was in the CIA. By the way, so the one scene where I call BS is like when Batman and Gordon are like in the money safe, and Gordon turns around and Batman's gone. I'm like, where the hell did he go that you can't see him? At least he was like shuffling like this out there. Yeah, at least if that happens on a rooftop, he could have just done this. See ya. But no, it's like he runs down the hallway. I'm like, what the hell? This doesn't work.
I'm really glad that they continued that gag. Like, that's an animated series gag, I think.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm really glad they continued that.
Corridor actually did a video where they asked, "Does that actually work?" They have someone go into like a costume closet with them, and then all of a sudden they turn around, he's gone. And he's just hiding nearby.
No, what you do is you turn, you stop the camera, Batman walks off screen, and then you start the camera, he turns around, oh my god, he's not there. That's how you do it.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Yeah, that's gonna be a new thing, I think, right there. That's gonna be a new thing.
You Bard, I love it. I approve.
Well,
What's the one we've gone this long without a Tevia? Without Tevia.
Super Sons.
Super Sons. Super Sons. Super Sons. Super Sons. Super Sons.
It'd be hilarious if he shows up at that point. But,
I have a proposal for Tevia's intro. What it is it's the animated Beetlejuice coming out, but then you just see the Super Sons logo.
Yeah. But
it's showtime.
Another thing that I really wanted to emphasize was okay. So actually, I want to go around. Actually, first, another part that I think is kind of cool is how Nolan did the whole truck flip, like practical. Like I'm like, you are one crazy dude.
To be fair, this is the same director. When he wanted a rotating hallway, he literally built a rotating hallway.
There's this funny joke that when they announced the Oppenheimer movie, they said, "Is he going to build an actual nuclear bomb?"
And to be fair, when Nolan,
I guarantee you, he considered it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, when Nolan was doing that truck scene, that was all filmed in Chicago. I remember seeing that on YouTube.
Yeah. So, and the best part is when the gunshots and explosions go off, no one will care because it's Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Well, it's another day at the JOB. It'll be like in Free Guy where he's walking down the street and there's like explosions and like tanks going everywhere.
Yeah.
But so another funny part that I actually know now I want to go around the panel. What's the one part that you saw and you're like, no, I'm not buying that? I'll start with Jay Heat.
Jim Gordon's death.
Okay.
And they took out like 45 minutes of the film. Like we know it's a fake out. 25 to 30 I could see, but that was like 45 minutes long. That whole fake out. From the fake out to the after effect to his military funeral, the whole thing took about 45 minutes of the film in of itself in total.
Yeah.
I will say probably his wife spoke for the entire audience when he came home and she slapped the shit out of him. Like that was the audience speaking through her.
Yeah. The one thing, actually, here's the thing. Each movie felt progressively longer, too, because I maintain Dark Knight Rises was longer than it had to be. I know we're talking about Dark Knight Rises, but I'll say one thing.
Let's give him a little taste now.
Speaking of, because we're talking about length, I think that as these movies went on, they felt progressively longer. Not necessarily that they got longer. It's just because this one felt longer than Begins, and Rises felt the longest out of the three.
I'd say it's because they got more indulgent in themselves. Like Batman Begins is a very tight movie. It does what it needs to do. It's fun. It's very tight script. Very good pace. Plots all. Christopher Nolan is a director that sometimes is victim of smelling his own farts.
Waititi.
Yeah.
At least, well, okay. Taika Waititi's even worse because, like, at least when Christopher Nolan is at his worst, is still a million times better than Taika Waititi at his best.
Why did you say that, Dad?
I get what you were going for, but I don't think that's warranted with Waititi.
No, it is because if you're a Thor fan, that's warranted.
Yeah.
No, but it's true. It's true. Christopher Nolan at his absolute worst, the worst thing Christopher Nolan's ever done, is still 10,000 times better than the best thing Taika Waititi's ever done.
Is there a best thing that Waititi's ever done?
Play that clip again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why did you say that, Dad?
How is this controversial?
It's just saying, as a Thor fan, he who must not be named must not be said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. Hold on. Lovebird. Yeah.
As a Thor fan, this way.
To be fair, I liked Ragnarok. I actually liked that movie.
Yes, I liked it too, but it wasn't comic Thor. I like the way Thor is in the comics. I get it's a different version. I got that. It's just that version Didn't
They
jive with me.
Also,
They
my
should've-
favorite Thor movie is the first one. I think hiring Richard Branagh, a literal Shakespearean actor, to get because honestly, there's no other way to make the Shakespearean dialogue. Because I'm sorry, Thor 1 is a Shakespeare film, and you literally hired the best Shakespearean director to ever live, and he did an amazing job with that movie. Thor 1 is a great movie. It's so beautiful.
And by the
I
way,
really-
drop us an email or a comment and tell us what MCU movies you would like us to discuss, because we're not going to do all of them. We're just going to do the really, really, really good one.
Let's do the best MCU movie of all time, Captain Marvel.
No, get him out. Get him out.
kick him out. Kick him out.
Now you're on the bottom, Nick. You're a bottom now.
I was already on the bottom.
I would stream shit. I would binge She-Hulk from beginning to end before I watched it through Captain Marvel.
With my eyes pried open and forced to look forward. Yeah, exactly.
I would rather watch Ghostbusters 2016 while being asphyxiated.
You madman.
No.
Why did you say that name?
No.
You're a madman.
No.
His phoenix wings.
Let me finish. Yeah. I would rather watch Answer the Call. Like this isn't like, instead of watching Captain Marvel, I'd rather watch Ghostbusters 2016 with a rusty barbed wire around my neck, being asphyxiated, while a blowhorn yells a Communist Manifesto into my ears.
No, I got you beat.
That
You
would
ready?
be
I got
preferable.
you beat. You ready?
Watching Captain Marvel.
I got you beat. You ready? I'd rather watch the Dragon Ball movie and the Last Airbender movie back to back.
I got bad
I'm
ones.
done.
Dude,
I'm done.
I got bad.
Bro, that was banned by the Geneva Convention. You are committing war crimes right there.
No,
I
I'm
got
saying
better.
I'd rather commit a war crime. What's up, Fladia?
I got better than all three of you guys.
Okay.
I'd rather watch Batman and Robin, the Batman 1966 film, Superman 4,
Which one?
and 1966, the film. There's a Batman called.
I gotta argue that Batman and Robin is so bad it's good.
Mhm.
Wait, and Superman 4 and Superman 3. All
Blasphemy!
Blasphemy.
Okay, I gotta stick up.
All right.
So Batman 66 and Batman and Robin easily fall under the so bad it's good. You basically
You just can't get rid of a bomb.
I mean, come on. You gotta watch them tongue in cheek. Like Batman and Robin is a film that you either smoke it up, you get wasted, and you get a bunch of friends, and you have a good old. It's like watching The Room. Oh, hi, Bob.
But Jared, you know the reason why I said
Clooney
Superman
Batman is a glorified toy
One at a
commercial.
time.
But you know the reason why I said Superman 4 and Superman 3 is because two reasons. Superman 4 was a story done by Christopher Reeves, and Superman 3 was done particularly because we got one of the greatest Lana Langs of all time, Annette
True.
O'Toole.
Somebody
Who later played Martha Kent in Smallville.
Yeah, exactly my point. You could have
Yeah.
kicked me out there.
No, I kicked you out because you said like Batman and Robin.
See,
No,
I will
It's a
defend
guilty
Batman
pleasure.
Forever because I feel like it actually Batman Forever has some merit, and I feel like you can actually feel like they were trying to make a decent film.
All right, back to the movie. So now I'm gonna go next, Nick. I think I was going to you. Which part of this movie were you watching where you're like, no?
Probably the boat scene. I thought that was like,
I mean, where he's with the entire ballet.
Oh no, like the boat with like the detonator is.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, honestly, as a way to excuse to get to China, that was perfect. That was totally a Bruce Wayne. That's totally a Bruce Wayne thing to do.
Yeah.
And the excuse to go to China, I thought it worked perfectly. Plus, they really kind of planted the scene where he was dating the Russian ballet dancer. Also, I love the scene where it's like, mind if I bet in? Oh, it's really hard to get a table. Well, it helps that you own the place, and he just
I own the place. I'm pretty sure they'll let us in. Claudia, what about you? What scene of this movie were you watching and you're like, no, I'm not buying that?
I would say not only the boat scene, but I would also say the Lucas Fox scene where it says, "Oh, I've got that phone in my pocket already."
Mhm.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Like, you think they'd stop him because that's a huge security violation.
Yeah, you have to check in your phone, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, because like if this was real life, because they literally don't allow cell phones in their building, they would literally stop him, confiscate his phone, check it to see what he did there, and then and also that guy just got fired. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Here's another thing I really want to talk about is the bat suit. That's the elephant in the room. Because I don't like this bat suit.
I got to do something. I don't wear hockey pads.
I'm not wearing hockey pads. But yeah,
I'm sorry, I had to.
It's too light. I don't like it. With the Begin suit, it's actually intimidating because he looks big as hell. Yeah, right here. Look at that. That's the Begin suit.
He wanted to turn his head.
That's the Begin suit, and that's the Dark Knight suit.
Oh, by the way, here's an interesting thing. Here's an interesting point I had. Do you know why Batfleck is a better Batman than Bale? When Bale is stabbed, it's a crippling injury. When Batfleck is stabbed, he gets right back up and slams the dude into a wall.
No, but here's a fun fact too. When they started filming, Christian Bale said that every time when he had to go to the bathroom, he had to take off the suit. Where Bale, not Bale, sorry, it's the other way around. When Bale said he had to take off the suit every time, but.
I mean, to be fair, that's nothing new. Like, I don't know if you ever heard the stories during the Burton Schumacher days, where George Clooney told the story where it's like he can only be in the suit for 15 minutes, and afterwards he is literally comes out soaking wet because they used like latex rubber. Like it was like so bad. And you notice how in the Burton films where where Michael Keaton goes like this. When he wants to look around, that's because he literally couldn't turn his head, so he had to make an acting effect. I mean, it works for the film, but that's more because of the suit. Those suits were so rigid.
Thought about this in pre-production, or when they saw the suit. Maybe we should make it so he can turn his freaking head.
To be fair, they were still figuring out how to make superhero suits.
True, but I think turning heads would be good.
At the time, remember, this is 2008, 2007. So at the time, when they were making the Dark Knight film, they had to figure out a way for him to turn his head and to move his body at the same time. Or not at the same time, but he can go like this and all different things to look around. So at least they came up with an idea. But fun fact for you guys, the Dark Knight suit is in Arkham Knight. They had a poll. They had a poll for which Batman suit, the Nolan trilogy suit, they wanted to have in the game. But it was between Batman Begins and the Dark Knight, and everyone voted for the Dark Knight with the Tumblr.
All right, they're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny when you think about it. Because here's the thing: that bat suit is not with the Tumblr that long in the movie. I will say though, that entrance, the Batman entrance in the movie, is so dope because the Batmobile shows up and then it's all quiet. And all of a sudden you see the screen change from idle to intimidate, and then just blows up cars, and then Batman rolls up and just bends the gun. I'm like, oh, this is. Then you get the badass Batman theme. But the Nolan movies always had great music, though. I'll give it that.
Thank you, Hans Zimmer. Do you want to know how they created the Joker theme?
How?
They basically did razor blade on cellos. It was like a razor blade onto strings. That's how they did That's how they did the Joker theme. It was like
That's actually really cool.
We have a celebrity in chat.
Oh boy.
Oh, the Batman. What's up, dude? What's up, Batman?
What's up, Batman?
I need a Batman clip. Hang on. Where's a good Batman clip? Oh, I got it.
Do I look like a cop?
There you go. That's one for right now.
Well, the Batman was just in Savage Bat Chat, so I see him everywhere I go.
What's up? What's up, Batman? So now let me ask you this. Now, all right. What do you think of the Bat Pod?
It's podrific.
All right.
Also, I have to say it. Now this is pod racing.
All right, I'm not going to give you the one for that because that's actually really good.
I was holding on to that one. That one,
And by the way, Nick,
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Hans Zimmer's the GOAT.
Okay, mine was good. His was better.
Way better. His was way better.
Oh, speaking of like, can we just talk about that opening scene for a second?
Yeah, go
where
ahead.
it's like the Joker and
Oh, yeah.
and like each one progressively gets murdered. And I love his entrance. Like, I feel that anything that doesn't kill you just makes you scarier.
Yeah, I love that.
That is such a like. Oh my god! That
Do you
is
have any idea who you're robbing? Yeah.
amazing.
And then it progresses to like we see like the criminals are like doing a drug deal. Then all of a sudden you see the bat signal. They're like, nope, I'm out. And they're like, do you have any idea the odds are of you are running into Batman? Nope, I do not want to take that risk. No.
It's like even if they're 1,000,000 to 1, it's like that one time. It's
I
like,
don't want that one. I don't want that one. I do not want that one.
No.
Me too. I would not want that one.
I like my kneecaps perfectly intact. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and actually he has a good point there.
Okay, I stand corrected. Thank you.
Because the Spyro people will tell you Bale's Batman will kill you. Either he'll directly kill you or he'll leave you to die and say, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you.
That really, I could just tell that line really crawled itself up your butt.
Because it's like he makes this big deal. Okay, I don't kill. What are you doing here? By your own definition.
Also, kind of get things back on track. Can we like talk about how smart the Joker is? Like, you know, going that opening scene, that bus is literally just becomes part of a bunch of other buses.
Again,
Perfect
this
escape
movie
plan.
perfectly got, because when you think of the Joker, he's a clown. You think he's like some. Actually, you know what? Actually, this is what people think of when they think of the Joker.
I really look like a guy with a plan.
But actually, he is. He really is.
A loose plan, maybe, like a plan that he plans as he goes, maybe.
But I think this movie masterfully captured how really intelligent the Joker is.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone wants to try and do an anarchist Joker, but I think this is the only film that really truly got the anarchy of the Joker. Like,
yeah,
the Joker is at its core an anarchist, and I feel like this is the only film, maybe the Joaquin Phoenix one, but like honest, Phoenix
this one more, I think.
I feel like the other one, the Joker film, got close, but if you think about it, the anarchy portion wasn't even really Arthur Fleck's doing. That was other people's doing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And again, I also like, you can definitely tell there were some portion, there was inspiration for the Killing Joke in this. I mean, the inspiration from the Killing Joke, the whole idea about how one bad day, because he used it, because you see Harvey has one bad day. That leads to him becoming chaotic. And then going back to what you said, Nick, about anarchy, this gets back to Alfred's little story he told, and he goes, "Some men just want to see the world burn."
Well, in the Joker's case, it's a big pile of cash.
Yeah.
I love the scene where he just
Halloween.
slides. I love the scene where he just slides down all his cash, and he just like flicks up like burns, like, oh, that's just my half.
Long Halloween, baby. That's straight from Long Halloween.
I mean, who wouldn't love literally to slide down millions of dollars?
Ah, yes, I'm sliding down all this YouTube money.
Actually, fun story. I once had a friend of mine where he got like this big payout. I think it was like a lawsuit kind of thing. He got like $10,000. So what he did is he withdrew the money in cash and small bills. He went to his room and then he did all the throwing it around, rolling in it. And then he just picked it all up and put it back in the bank.
Yeah, you might as well have fun with it. I mean, there you go. By the way, this Batman definitely killed people. I'm going to find the clip of a scene where he definitely
just so you know, when I get my $1 million...
Sorry, the cringe.
I'll be
cringe.
rich.
I had to come back from that. Superman 4 and Atla. I had to come
That's
back.
why you left.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead. I killed him.
All right, so...
No, sorry, Jay. You're wrong about what I had to say before. So you're totally wrong to not go.
We don't talk about Superman 4.
Currently, in case you're wondering what I'm doing right now while we're having this conversation, I'm going to find the scene where Batman legitimately and intentionally kills someone in this movie. There's no getting around it. But anyway,
Here we go.
here's why this annoys me so much. Because everyone always tells me Bale does not kill people. And Bale himself says, we don't kill. Hello, A.
But he doesn't save them either.
I'd have to save you.
I don't have to say that is the stupidest. That is the worst line in Batman Begins. That is the laziest thing ever.
So what's worse? That line or Wonder Bat?
Honestly, that line, because
oh wow,
it's that line, because you know why?
History has been written.
Because you know why? I'll tell you why. Because at least Wonder Bat, you have like the animated show to like base it off of or something like that. With this, that line legit contradicts its own movie. That's the difference.
To be fair,
Well,
the only
this is some
person
quality
who really
content.
let to die was Ra's al Ghul. The others were collateral damage.
Well,
No, but you're still killing someone.
wait. If you mention
letting
Wonder
someone
Bat,
on fire with the afterburner of your Batmobile, you're still killing them.
Yes.
If you mention Wonder Bat, you never know. Snyder Queen might turn up.
Wonder
No,
Bat, Wonder Bat.
don't
Wonder
threaten
Bat.
us with
Just
a
say
good
3
time.
times. Just say it 3 times.
Wonder Bat is canon. Wonder Bat is canon. Wonder Bat is canon.
Yes.
To which
thank you very much.
universe?
All of them.
No,
Oh,
not to
yeah.
all of them. Not Talia. Yeah, exactly. Talia is the one relationship for Bruce Wayne where I'm like, okay, she would kill him.
It works. It's just toxic as all hell. Second to
So you're saying it's some tainted love?
Yeah, exactly. It is
Yeah.
Bum
tainted.
bum. Do-do-do-do. Bum bum.
Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah.
Finally, Taladia. I finally. Taladia, I finally did it. You are finally my train seal.
Well,
Hang on, I'm trying to find the
What
scene
did I
because I have the clip. Because there's this one scene in this movie that is egregious.
You mean like the entire movie?
Yes, but I'm talking about in the killing portion. But going on to this, another thing that I think is really, but I will say they had a really dope Batmobile chase scene in this when like he catches the rocket that he's. But I actually know before that, I love where Harvey's they're shooting at the armored truck and Harvey goes, "Okay, we're safe in here, right?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it'll take something a lot larger to get through here." Joker immediately grabs an RPG.
Yeah, cut to something larger.
Cut to immediately something larger too. They didn't even have to wait. Okay, where is it? Where is it? There's just this one thing that I saw when I was watching this movie where I was like, oh, okay, I'm making a clip of that whenever someone says Batman doesn't, whenever someone makes fun of Affleck for killing people, because Lord knows for some reason that's still, okay, here we go. For some reason that still happens. All right, hang on. I will
just show them Keaton Batman.
Well, yeah, that too. And Nerdette got into an argument that she maintains that Keaton doesn't kill.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, legit.
Batman killed left and right.
he used the machine guns on the Batmobile.
Yeah, I mentioned about how he killed the Joker. All right, I found the clip.
Also, in Batman Begins, when the train collapses, you don't think that killed some people? Like, come on.
Yeah,
There was
I did-
some, like I said, there was a lot of collateral damage. If any kill count in the Nolan versus Batman has, it's mostly collateral damage.
Yes,
Outside
the
of
Batman. Yes, the Batman killed with a smile. You wonder how I got these scars?
yeah.
I know
Let's
how
put-
you got these.
Oh, let's put a smile on that face. I'm using this. It's not an actual knife, people. Just let you know.
Oh, you got a little fight in you. I like
You
that.
wanna get
brother. You're
nuts?
gonna love me.
Let's get nuts.
Oh, my favorite. So we're a growing organization. We do have room for expansion, but only one person. So we're gonna have
Try.
tryouts. I love that because it implies violence. Like it's like it tells you exactly what's gonna happen, and it makes you imagine in your head like they're gonna have to fight to the death. Like it's one because like here's an axiom: whatever a reader or viewer can imagine in their head is always going to be a lot more horrible and scarier than anything you could put on the page. That's why
Yes.
films like Jaws or Alien works. is because it's what you don't see that scares you the most. And that's why, like, that Joker moment works out, because he says tryouts. He has that. It perfectly sets up what's going to happen, but it doesn't, sorry.
So you ready? I'm going to set up this scene for you. So they're transporting Harvey Dent to prison because he made people think he's Batman. So, all right. So the Joker attacks, and his guys have two vehicles, a semi-truck where he's shooting at him from, and then a garbage truck that apparently is going to ram into Harvey's truck. Batman shows up in the tumbler and does this.
It didn't appear.
It didn't. Now I see it.
Yeah.
It
could be dark. Here, I'll try and brighten it up. But my point is, he hits the truck, and the cab goes right into the roof and crushes the driver. I'm like, what? Did he just do that? I'm fine with it, but
unlike Batfleck, which he doesn't kill.
He just Batfleck has never killed anyone.
Just
Again,
saying.
Deflected rifle fire, and maybe bastard one poor goon's skull in.
Mm-hmm. Well, he still shot people, but I'm not hiding.
I'm sorry, but in that warehouse fight, yeah, he killed people in that warehouse fight.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, he definitely.
I'm sorry.
A bunch of people.
Also, did KG Beast? I'm sorry, but he at least got a lot of birds. He probably killed KG Beast.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Affleck didn't kill. I'm just saying, don't have this holier than thou attitude saying that your favorite Batman doesn't kill.
Yeah, that's fair. I can get that, but I think I thought for a second you said oh, Ben Affleck didn't kill.
No, I was making a joke because you know how those Keaton fans are always like, Keaton doesn't kill.
Then you are not a Keaton fan. Everyone
knows I'm a Keaton fan, and he kills.
Every movie Batman, including Pattinson, has killed. I got news for you.
At the very least, by collateral damage.
By collateral damage, or punching someone's head into the ground and aiming a gun at him. Zach says KG Beast is still alive. She's probably horribly wounded, or this is how he gets the gun arm.
Yeah, his arm got blasted off.
Yeah, you could say that. And he got horribly wounded, and that's why he wears the costume.
Yeah, we're basically getting a crossbone situation. Okay. I gotta say this. MCU really wasted Crossbones.
Yes.
I'm sorry. He had a great, awesome suit. Why did you only have him in that first scene? Literally, you could have had a full movie with Crossbones on it. You spent all of Winter Soldier setting him up. It was a great setup, and then literally and then you had him in the first scene and killed him off. That was such a waste of his character.
Not only that,
the actor who played him was amazing.
Yeah,
sorry.
He was
sorry.
awesome.
I'm sorry.
No. We could talk about that.
I feel like the friction from Civil War would have ultimately overshadowed him. Because you had Zemo
kill him.
Or at least kill maybe have him throw the grenade and throw it into the crowd or something and then walk away.
He could have been a Thunderbolt. Okay, here we go. I think I got a better version of the scene. I'm just cutting the clip.
Or even better, where it's if I'm going down, you're going down with me. And maybe what happens is Wanda, she just grabs a bomb, and maybe it's his hand as well. So she rips off his hand with the bomb, and that explodes to the point where he loses his arm, has to get a robotic one. Yeah. Or something. There's so many ways they could have handled it where they didn't kill him off, All
right, hang on. I think I have the right thing here. Let me check this. But yeah, exactly. That was the biggest because I was super hyped to have Crossbones. By fun fact, if you for those of you that have seen the Winter Soldier, fun fact, did you know that the Punisher was supposed to show up, but they didn't have the film rights, and that was in the script. Original script, Punisher was supposed to go after Nick Fury.
Oh, speaking of similar things, did you know the Punisher was supposed to be in Spider-Man 2? And really? He actually is in Spider-Man 2. In the scene where Mary Jane is running in her wedding dress, there's actually a shot where the Thomas Jane Punisher kind of looks on, so he actually gets a cameo. He's not wearing the shirt, but it's the actor.
Mm-hmm. By the way, okay, so here's the scene. You see, he knocks. It's a dark scene. That's the problem. He knocks the garbage truck, so the cab hits the roof of the parking garage, crushing the cab, aka the driver. So I'm just like, don't tell me that Batman doesn't kill in the movies, okay?
But wouldn't that be a more collateral damage death rather than a direct one?
Not by Batman's own definition. You crashed into the front of that car knowing what would happen. I'm saying by Batman's own definition, that's murder.
To be fair, the no killing rule was defined strictly to appease the editorial, the censorship from the Comics Code Authority. It definitely needs to be modernized, or the very least retooled to say, I will not directly kill or I will not murder.
Yeah. So back to the movie. Now let me. So what did you think? Again, we kind of tipped on it, but I want to talk a little bit about Harvey Dent because I agree with you, Nick. Aaron Eckhart played a great Harvey Dent, like really, and a good Two-Face. Honestly, when Two-Face had that snap, I was like, oh, that's actually really cool.
I feel like the acting was good. Like the acting was good. But the material for Two-Face was not.
And wait, one more thing. Can we talk about the special effects for Two-Face?
Oh, dear God, they're horrifying. In a good way.
Like, not only that, but wait a second. For the time period, mind you. I mean, look at this. It looks real.
This was in 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
This was around the time as Iron Man 1.
So I don't want to hear anything about Marvel complaining about to try to make excuses for their crappy CGI.
I'm sorry, but like CGI has like honestly the stuff we're getting now is it looks like late 90s, early 2000s CGI. Like I'm sorry, but like no one can ever crap on Daredevil again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Compared to what we have now, okay, I'll give you that, Nick.
What about
like the Ang Lee's Hulk? Ang Lee Hulk looks better than She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Ang Lee Hulk 03.
Yeah.
With the Hulk dogs.
Yes, he's right.
Oh, okay.
Compared to PS1 graphic She-Hulk.
No, it's PS2 because like let's
all right, PS2.
Let's give PlayStation some credit.
Well, what I'm saying is like because like at least the CGI for Ang Lee's Hulk is actually finished.
True.
And I never found a source to confirm this, but a lot of their Disney's CGI department is, I don't know if they're fully unionized, but they were definitely on strike during a lot of
no. Here's what the issue is with the CGI is they farm it out to these different effects houses and they're like notoriously overworked, and there's actually some reports that have come out to where like Disney is very demanding. They have short time frames, they pay like crap, and they change things like with no notice too. That's why the CGI has been aggressively getting worse and worse and worse, because you're not having places like ILM work at it. You're not having these well-known effects houses. They're places in like Wichita, Kansas, or Bulgaria are handling these effects. I know that. Real quick, Talati, just and then I'll come to you. I just want to say one thing. Let's look at good CGI.
Anti-life is found, Assad, and we will stop at nothing to possess it.
Look at that and compare that to She-Hulk.
I will say his lip sync is a little weird. Like,
it could be just the quality of the clip.
The Thanos tease in 2012 had better CGI.
Oh yes, that was way better. But look at, I mean. All right, Talati, what's up, dude?
Because we're going way off topic, guys. So
Yeah.
I want to kind of bring it back.
Okay.
And it's like we're coming to the hour mark already, and I was gonna bring this up. So like towards the end of the film, they literally teased off the Dark Knight Rises. Literally, they had
Mhm.
to, and the reason why they did that, I felt, was because of Heath Ledger's death, literally,
Mhm.
and because I think was it round about the time the movie released or before at the timing of
I think
filming?
he died during production, and like someone had to come in and complete his like scenes.
Right.
No. With Heath Ledger, he had already completed everything on The Dark Knight. He was actually working on another film, The Imagineering of Dr. Parnassus. That is technically his last film. And with that film, what they eventually did is they eventually did like a bunch of actors, including Heath Ledger. They kind of like did like a Time Lord kind of thing. And so The Imagineering of Dr. Parnassus, that is actually Heath Ledger's last film.
Okay.
No, but I mean, in terms of superheroes, though, this was his last acting gig in terms of superheroes.
I mean, that was his first and last. So I think that's kind
First
of
and last.
I mean, it's kind of a needless. I mean, I get you want to make this his last film, but I feel like it's kind of like a reach. You know, you're kind of reaching there a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
during his, God, I can't talk. His pneumonia, it was around the same time. Dark Knight was wrapping up, and as Nick stated, he was also working on that film. So
Yeah, Heath Ledger was notoriously like a hard worker. Like he was doing like 2 or 3 films a year on average. And plus, I mean, it's pretty well known that like getting into the headspace of the Joker did kind of F him up mentally, and he died of an overdose in his apartment. Fun fact: the people who found him was actually Mary Kate and Ashley's security. They actually sent it to the apartment. They were the people who found him.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm weird. I have all this information in my head.
Yeah. We all got it, Nick. But so let's see. What else can we really say about this movie? Besides, okay, so let me ask you this: I think we all agreed that like Begins had not the best action scenes, and in other words, there were too many cuts per action scenes. I think this one improved, but not by much.
Yeah, my final thoughts is I wouldn't call it overrated, but not as good as I feel like overpraise is probably the way I'd say it. Like not overrated, but overpraised.
I would say, I think all of the Nolan movies are overrated. The one Begins is the least overrated because I love that movie.
Oh, that film was so good.
Dark Knight was great, but it's not the best. It's not the best Batman movie. Let's face it, it's not the best. I would say if you want to say any of these three are the best, it's Begins. It's definitely Begins. But I'd say it was an improvement on the first one in that they did Joker really well, because that's honestly a really hard thing to get right, particularly when you have a movie where he's interacting with Batman. You have to be able to like have the two actors play off each other.
Yeah.
The only actors to rival that level of chemistry were Conroy and Mark Hamill, and they had 15 years together.
Actually, I will say one thing. Speaking of Batman and Joker, one scene that I can't believe we didn't mention is when they're interrogating Joker and Gordon leaves the room. What, the good cop, bad cop? Not exactly. Batman comes in, smacks the dude's face in the table.
I'm sorry, but if we're gonna talk about like supervillain and superhero chemistry, we got to talk about Magneto and Charles Xavier. That is the best.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
First class or the original?
Both.
Both were great.
Like I'm sorry, from that very first scene in 2000, you instantly get like that scene. It just drips with like their camaraderie. Like you can feel how they're all like the chemistry between them. And that is the first scene. That's the first time you ever see them. And just because of the acting, you get it. Like the chemistry is so good. It literally is a storytelling device. The chemistry itself becomes a plot point.
I also loved in First Class whenever they're like when they're playing chess, you immediately get that these you honestly see the Charles Xavier and Magneto from the comics at any time.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously, First Class is kind of like how they became those friends, and I feel like they handled that really well. And honestly, even those later films, even at their worst, like even in Dark Phoenix, the relationship between those two people really worked. Like that, it really like between Xavier and Magneto in Apocalypse and in Dark Phoenix, Like it's really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But I still say they did a great job with the Batman Joker relationship in this movie and how they interact, how they build up, because they really made you feel like Joker needs Batman and Batman, to tell you the truth, needs to need Joker because Joker says, "I'm not going to kill you. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I did."
I'm no different than a dog.
Oh,
I wouldn't know what I do.
Oh, he has been summoned.
Oh, hey, Tavia, you're a little late because we said Super Sons like an hour ago, but I knew.
Also, have you heard the theory that the Joker is actually like ex-military psyops? Because there's certain things that, like, for example, when Batman slams him in his head, he says, "Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy." So the Joker knows advanced interrogation techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like the way the Joker conducts it is with military precision, and like. You see the way that, like, in that scene where the Joker is without his makeup, he handles the firearm like he knows what he's doing. So obviously, like, you can kind of tell, but based off the way he, like, that's a theory that I feel like is perfectly valid because the evidence is very clear to support that. Like, he's a former veteran with PTSD, probably psyops, maybe got some experimentation. You know, for this version of the Joker, I feel like that theory is perfectly valid. To me, it is my headcanon.
I don't think it's psyops, dude, because in psyops in the military is not what you think it is. I think you mean special operations.
Special operations, because the fact that, like, to me, the smoking gun is never start with the head, the victim gets all fuzzy.
Yeah.
That is something only a special operations who knows advanced interrogation techniques would say that.
And the way he conducts, like, all of his raids and all of his, like, operations. Yeah, I could see that.
And the way he handles a firearm, he knows what he's doing. And only a military person would get training on those kind of firearms.
Mm-hmm.
And fun fact, in a lot of Jeff Johns' meta work, and I'm like Doomsday Clock, The Three Jokers, Joker has a son. Even in his most recent one, and I think it was the tail end of The Three Jokers, his ex-wife actually survived. They faked the death with the faulty baby bottle warmer, and then they're just out in Alaska somewhere.
Yeah.
Didn't like Scott Snyder's run have like the Joker's daughter?
Yeah, but it wasn't actually his daughter. What we're saying is that it's legitimately his family.
And actually, in the new Golden Age book, they actually reference that kid again. He eventually becomes a future Robin at that point.
Hey, that's actually really cool. I like that.
That kind of reminds me of like the potential plot point we got from Robin, from the Batman, where like that little, like, I really feel like that little kid is going to become Robin. You
mean the dude who's played by the same actor that plays Tim Drake in Titans?
No, in the Batman.
Oh, you mean the kid of the mayor who's at the funeral?
Yeah, I really feel like he's going to be Batman. I mean, he's going to be Robin. Like, they're probably not going to. They might call him Richard or Tim or whatever. They might give him the first name of one of them. But like, I just kind of feel like that's kind of a future plot point.
Dude, that's actually a very good idea. I never thought of that, and that would get the age difference between Batman and Robin right.
I just feel like that would be a great storyline because like I feel like that's kind of what they were setting up.
Mm-hmm. That works really well. I like that.
Wait, if we're talking, now I know the funeral scene in Patterson. I know what you're talking about now.
Because there's that moment where like the kid looks at Bruce Wayne and he looks at him and it's kind of like they have like an understanding. It's like with the look they understand each other.
And I think the kid knows who Batman is because they have that same look in the very beginning of the movie where the kid stares at Batman.
I honestly
there's no flying Graysons, but you could pull it off.
You could pull it off.
I mean, he's not going to be any of the main Robin. He's probably going to be an original character, which honestly, for this universe, I'm fine
with that.
Yeah.
As long as you do like a Robin story that has like.
So,
I just really want them to do Mr. Freeze because, like, I just feel like they could do. I'm sorry,
they're not doing Freeze,
but they could do like Mr. Freeze's storyline would work so well in this universe.
Nick, they're not doing it. He's way too crazy. No.
The CGI alone, man. It's
the only this way. The craziest villain they're going to do would be Clayface. That's it. They're not going to do Mr.
maybe
Freeze.
Killer Croc.
They could do Scarecrow.
Yeah, they're going to do Scarecrow, absolutely, and that's easy to do because they did Nolan, and that's easy enough.
They could do a dumbed down version of Poison Ivy.
Yeah, and yes,
That'll
the
be an
bank
insult to
robbery was
Poison
really
Ivy.
cool.
Yeah, Tevye. And by the way, in this universe, there's no Super Sons. So
Also, here's my counterpoint.
What's up?
If they do Clayface, why not do Mr. Freeze? Because like they're both similar. Like, yeah. Thank you, Lug. Thank you, Lug. Like literally, Lug.
I'm not saying crazier. I'm saying from a budgetary standpoint, and
no, but also right, if they
But
do
but Clayface would be
Hang
a
on,
lot more
Palladio was
expensive
coming-
because of the
Right,
morphing
Right,
effect.
I'm sorry. I'm just say this real quick. In terms of villain IP, Clayface is slightly higher than Mr. Freeze.
No.
no, I was gonna bring this up.
They're
right?
neck and
The
neck.
reason-
They're neck
hang on,
and
No.
neck.
Palladio was speaking. So Palladio speaking.
So I was gonna bring this up, right? The reason why I think they could do Clayface over Mr. Freeze is because they could bring different actors in for cameo appearances.
As
And-
Clayface.
No. That's
As-
I don't think they do that.
They
That's
would
what-
do that. Actually,
This is WB, remember?
this is
They would do-
WB.
Yeah,
they
but
would do that.
the Batman doesn't really seem like a series to do that. And honestly, the most expensive CGI for Mr. Freeze would be the ray gun, and that is such an easy effect. I'm sorry, but like with Clayface, you literally have to do the morphing. You're literally creating a CGI creature. Clayface was probably would be 4 times more expensive to do. Basically, with Mr. Freeze, you have to have a really nice suit. Maybe a little bit of nice little CGI, but with Mr. Freeze, it's literally just the gun, which that is such an easy effect to do. And then maybe show the ice crawling, which that again is easy to do.
What about
So
the
you-
After Effect when he's exposed from the suit?
Yeah,
That's makeup. That's makeup.
Full body makeup. Do you know how time consuming full body
Actually,
makeup
That is a lot.
if he's in the suit, they would only need his head.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it's like
that's an interesting. MSG just said Victor Zaz. That would be an
Yes.
interesting one.
Yeah.
Victor Zsasz would work perfect. In
Victor
the universe.
Zsasz, I still say Court of Owls has to be at least a Batman 3 and make it so they set up everything from the beginning.
I mean, I do feel like this universe, they're clearly setting up Court of Owls. I really feel like
Oh, the Batman 1, when I walked out, I'm like, they have to do Court of Owls. Cosplayers do full body makeup. It's not that tall of an order. Well, I'm saying for Freeze, they don't have to. As long if it's
like
in the suit-
maybe there might be a few scenes where they show full body, and that's just like because like look at Nightcrawler from X2. You know, most of the time it was just kind of like his head up, but like they and that was a lot of like, but it's still doing makeup is still a hell of a lot cheaper than CGI.
Not really. Not in
It's-
this day and
well,
age.
It depends.
But here's the thing, Nick. They don't have to do CGI creature for Mr. Freeze. What they could, I mean, for
But they have to do for Clayface. They have to do CGI for Clayface.
not necessarily.
With Clayface's powers, there is no choice.
Let me finish. Let me finish. You don't have to do as much as you're thinking, because you don't have to have him in the big clay hulking rock monster form ever. Not once in the movie. You can have him be these various actors in the. If you want to do it like he's like playing these various people.
Then you're just having then you can just have another different characters that are shapeshifters. If you want Clayface, you have to have him and besides, even just showing him once as Clayface is still a lot more expensive than Mr. Freeze, because Mr. Freeze is just a guy in a suit.
I'm saying you don't
And
have to
casting
have
time.
him. I'm saying you do not have to have him as the Clayface monster once, not once.
Then it's not Clayface. It's not Clayface.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a person who shapeshifts. Like you have to have at least one time to have Clayface as the dirt monster, otherwise he's not Clayface.
Not necessarily.
I've
done it before.
Yes.
but
yes.
you gotta realize this is a comic books. This is for general audiences. They will get confused when you say, "Oh, that was Clayface." They're like, "Oh, why do you call him Clayface?" All he does is change into other people. Why do you call him Clayface?
Well, you could do a CGI effect of his face like morphing. And
that's
it.
And the thing is, even with the morphing, even if you don't show the clay monster, the fact that you're gonna have to do a morphing effect, sure, you can kind of hide it a bunch of times, but you're gonna have to do an on-screen morphing effect at least once or twice, and that's still gonna be more expensive. That's still because what I'm trying to say is the freeze effect is literally a ray beam. Literally, you can do that in After Effects. It's not that hard to do a beam of a freezing ray, and it's like literally, if you look at the stuff in Batman and Robin, the freeze effects, honestly, they don't look too bad. then that's 1998 CGI. Rays, like laser rays, are insanely easy to do.
I think that's
And
a
Mr.
little
Freeze.
Hulk level in that movie, honestly.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Well, that's 1998. That you can kind of explain that away because it's 1998. The fact that like a
William
1998.
Dafoe's Clayface.
No, Nick was talking. Hang on.
Well, first off, William Dafoe's Clayface is perfect. I agree with that.
Yes, I'll give you that.
So we'll have some common ground there. But like, I'm just arguing that like a ray, like the freeze ray, is so insanely cheaper than doing morph effects. Plus, like honestly, the multiple actors, you got to pay them to come on, and plus, Mr. Freeze is a suit. Plus, honestly, let's be honest, Mr. Freeze has a better story. Mr. Freeze has the more engaging story. It's perfect for this kind of thing. Clayface is just like, oh, he's just a shapeshifter and whatnot. Versus Mr. Freeze's story is so much more engaging, so much more interesting. That's my argument.
Okay. I mean,
So
I agree with you, Nick. I'm just saying I don't think Matt Reeves is going to do it.
So
You have a better
bringing
chance at a League of Assassins story than Mr.
What's up,
Freeze.
Claudia?
So we bring this back to the Dark Knight discussion
Yeah.
because we're
Sorry.
we're going way off topic, right? I wonder if Nolan was still doing the Dark Knight films, I wonder if he actually would do another obscure character. I wonder if he would do like maybe let's say Hush or even
So we're going under the assumption that he would do more movies, which it's not really his style. Like even getting 3 movies with him was a miracle. But we're going under the assumption that he would.
On the assumption, yes. I think he could. If there's one villain that I think Nolan could have done fantastically, it's Hush.
I mean, Nolan could have done an amazing Mr. Freeze.
True. But let's wait. Hush fits more of the precedent that he had already like.
By the way,
yeah,
technically Nolan did Zaz.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
It was very obscure. It was a blinking and miss it.
Yes, so technically Zaz does appear in Batman Begins. So I'm just being fair there.
Yeah,
but
that's great.
what I'm saying is if they do Hush, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Nolan did Hush, I could actually see that movie taking place Batman Hush style, and they could easily done Brandon Routh to take the role of Superman, easily.
Had they wanted to do a crossover, yeah, I could have seen that.
That could have worked out in their favor. It made millions, billions for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're entering speculation.
On a Nolan versus Hush.
Well, actually, at this point, it would be Henry Cavill because if we're talking more movies after Dark Knight, because like you got to remember, Dark Knight came out like 2011, 2012, and then Nolan's next movie was literally Man of Steel.
Dark Knight came out in 2008.
We're talking about
Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises. If we're talking, he did more movies after Dark Knight Rises. Because we said we're on the assumption they did more movies after the Dark Knight Rises. So,
the problem with this is that Nolan was very clear that in his world, there's no other superheroes besides Batman.
Yeah, that's the only
so he
problem.
couldn't use Superman.
Well, my answer to that is a dump truck full of cash.
I think he would compromise.
So let's pretend like honestly we're kind of entering the territory of like what if the Nolan verse was incorporated into the Snyderverse? Like we're kind of entering that territory.
Which it could fit, honestly.
I said that myself because you do know they offered Christian Bale a lot of money to return as Batman.
What's up, Lawrence? Because actually, what's kind of cool is that what they could have done is, let's say they didn't make Bale die at the end of the movie. They changed the ending for Dark Knight Rises. They could have, if they had to recast, let's say, they could have just made Affleck the 20 years down the line version of this Batman, and he got a better suit. There you go.
And then have the Dick Grayson stand-in go on to be Nightwing or the Bloodhaven police captain.
Okay, here's the question I raise. Let's say they bring Christian Bale into the Snyderverse. Who is he playing?
Hush.
Not Batman.
I would definitely say
nothing Batman related. Nothing in the
Batman related. Okay, that's a good question. Honestly, I would do. Okay, if I can't do anything Batman, any of Batman's rogues or anything?
None.
Okay.
None.
Okay, that's actually a good question. So let's think about that. And by the way, people in the chat, drop in the comments who you would see.
Vandal Savage.
Nah.
Hawkman? If they weren't already.
No, they've already got a Hawkman, and he's awesome. So.
And he works as Hawkman, so I'm not. By the way, the one problem I have with the DCEU Hawkman is his aversion to killing. Hawkman is no way of adverse to killing, but it's a different version. I got that. But when you actually look at the comics, Hawkman, he would be the first to say, "Yeah, let's mace him in the face."
Especially New 52. New 52 Hawkman was a fucking savage.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this would be kind of funny, but like the question.
Oh,
he could do it.
That would be such a troll. Like, oh, we have Christian Bale, but we never see his face.
Actually, Nick, that actually works really well. No, you see him in the beginning of the movie, and then he puts on the mask for the rest of the movie. That actually works. And Lawrence Snyder gun actually agrees on Vandal Savage, which I don't because that's dumb.
What about
Christian Bale as Victor's ass as a screw you to YTD in Marvel?
That's a Batman. That's still entering Batman territory. But
it could work.
And they already have, if we're counting Birds of Prey, they already have a Zaz.
I really don't want to count Birds of Prey.
Okay. Actually, if you don't want to count Birds of Prey, and we're gonna say Batman villains are on the table, Black Mask.
Yes.
Like he just plays it as a very evil Patrick Bateman.
You know what? Let's do this thought experiment real
He's
quick.
never coming back from that.
I think we're done with the we'll talk about Dark Knight, but I don't want to end the stream yet because this actually got a really good conversation going. So, first, go around the panel. How would you rate the Dark Knight out of 10?
7.
8.
Honestly, yeah, I would say around that area. So let's talk about this. Let's cast our own Birds of Prey movie because we're so good at fan casting. So I keep Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, obviously.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead stays. Mary Elizabeth Winstead stays as Huntress. Yep. It's a totally different character. You basically put her in the suit, and it's a totally different character.
She's fine because she was one of the redeeming qualities of that
movie. The actress stays, but the character doesn't. It's a totally different character.
Would you keep her?
Would you make her Helena Wayne?
No, she's Helena Bertinelli.
No, she has to be Bertinelli because we're not bringing in multiverse BS right now. We're not doing that.
Because honestly, making her Helena Wayne, too many questions.
Batman.
There's too many questions.
Too many questions, dude. I would keep it. Plus, here's the thing: most people, when you think of Huntress, you really think of Helena Bertinelli. Not a lot of people know her as Helena Wayne.
Huntress is this kind of character that kind of exists on the periphery of being known. And let's entertain Jay Heat for a second. Let's say she's Helena Wayne, but that means that she's the daughter of Catwoman, which means you get to bring in Carla as Catwoman. Okay. So it could work. I'm trying to be I'm trying to be generous to my bro Jay Heat here. I'm trying to be generous.
Would you keep Journey Smollett as Black Canary? Because I wouldn't.
No, he goes.
I think she was a horrible casting for Black Canary.
Depends on who's Green Arrow. It would depend on that dynamic.
Well, if we're doing Birds of Prey, do you want to have Green Arrow do a cameo in this so we can make this casting easier?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
we'll do that. Who would you cast as Green Arrow? Let's start with that.
The guy in Arrow, because he was.
No. I'm sorry.
The one rule that I will establish for these castings: you can't take Arrowverse people. There's only rare examples, but you can't. Actually, no, you can't do that.
Okay. Here's the thing. If you take an Arrowverse character, you can't cast them as the same character.
Okay, yeah, that works. That's better.
Like, for example, let's say you wanted Stephanie Mel to be Thunderbolt Ross or whatever, I'm sorry, I had to come up with something on the spot,
By the way, I will tolerate Grant Gustin as Wally West.
Yeah, he could,
that's fine.
That's
that is totally fine.
Actually, if we're gonna get serious, I think he would make a great Bart Allen.
Or that. No, I think he's more Wally. If you see him in the show, he's more Wally.
Okay, fine.
Wally.
All right.
He's Wally.
So what do you think, Taladia? Who would play a good Green Arrow?
Well, if I had to choose a great Green Arrow, I was gonna say, that guy from Walker. What's it called? The guy who
Oh,
plays Sam.
Literally the guy who plays Hawk
No,
in Titans. No.
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 Sam from Supernatural.
Yes,
Jason
Supernatural.
Actually, Jensen Ackles would make a good Green Arrow. Actually.
He's playing Red Hood.
Good.
God dang it!
We are absolutely not taking that fantastic casting away.
Okay,
No,
here's what
but
happens.
Sam-
I have
Sam-
officially cloned Jensen Ackles. There are now 2 Jensen
Clone
Ackles.
him.
And I'm legally changing it so that they're twins. So Jensen Ackles is now both Red Hood and Green Arrow. They're probably.
Let's just call it double casting. Let's just call
All
it.
right,
double
that's fine. If we can have Jason Momoa's Lobo and Aquaman, we can do this.
Congratulations, Jensen Ackles is now playing every male member of the Justice League.
He was a pretty decent
Get him out.
Batman.
Please get him out.
You know what the worst part is? The Supernatural fangirls would love that.
True. Now, okay, so we'll say Jensen Ackles is gonna play Green Arrow.
I wouldn't put Jensen Ackles as Green Arrow. I would have said Sam from Supernatural.
Oh, the other
Someone
guy.
jokey
Okay.
though, because you can't do someone dark because you already had that for the show.
Go.
Because don't forget, he's blonde. Gotta remember, comic book accuracy. He's
Yes.
blonde.
That's good, Talita. That's good.
He's got the look, but
Does he got the touch?
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
you have to kick him out for that one.
No, I'm just gonna give him this because that.
Come
All
on.
right.
I did that perfectly.
Yeah, you did. Now, who would play Black Canary though?
Well,
So,
we would change it.
Nick, I swear, Nick, if you say Gina Carano, I'm gonna be really pissed.
He is.
Nick Carano.
He's gonna say it.
She actually would.
Actually, I was gonna say Betty from Riverdale, but you know,
I have.
she's got the look. She's got the look.
she
What's
ain't
up,
got
Claudia?
the attitude. She ain't
What's
got
up,
now,
Claudia?
Veronica. Now, if you, the actress who played Veronica and it made her dye her hair blonde.
No, Veronica. She's Renee Montoya.
Guys.
Yeah, I can see that.
Taladia, what's up?
I was gonna say that keep the same actress who played Black Canary because
No,
she did a really
no.
We're
No.
not keeping Journey Smollett.
I don't like race swaps that don't make sense. I'm sorry. She's a race swap that doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Honestly, she's not Black Canary. I don't like her version of Black Canary. She's not. She doesn't stream the comics version. What's up?
For me though, personally, even though she race swap, right? I don't mind that because at the end of the day, she has the acting chops to play Black Canary.
Acting chops, but she doesn't really feel like for example, in the Batman, Jim Gordon is played by a black man, but the actor who plays him is perfect. He perfectly embodies Jim Gordon. And he had Zoe Kravitz play Catwoman, and she was perfect as Catwoman. You know, Michael Clark Duncan was a great Kingpin. I don't care if they race swap it, they just have to make sense. And I'm sorry, in this case, he didn't make sense.
I mean, Nick, what do you think of ScarJo?
No, she's too old.
You're relying on star power at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I mean, if they were casting this, okay, no, Carl Urban. Actually, I was thinking he would be a good Green Arrow.
Well, the Batman agrees with me. The Batman agrees with me.
The Batman's allowed to be wrong.
Actually,
Kilowog.
Ooh,
I'm just gonna put this.
Whoever played him in the Green Lantern movie.
No.
Yeah, what's up, Nick?
I think Carl Urban would make a good Batman.
Actually, yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Like, I'm not trying to like replace Ben Affleck, but like if things went differently, he would have been a good Batman.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. If you see him,
okay, Carl
Billy
Urban
Butcher.
is Hush. Carl Urban is Hush.
Yes,
That's a good compromise.
yes. Oh my gosh! For the love of God, yes.
Okay, yes, I think that's fair. Yes, he's perfect.
Okay.
But who would play Kilowog?
The dude that played him in the movie because that was solid.
Michael Clark Duncan is dead. Sorry, unfortunately.
Oh.
Michael Clark Duncan played Kilowog. If you're talking about the Ryan Reynolds movie, he played him, and unfortunately, he's passed on.
Mm-hmm.
But if Michael Clark Duncan was still alive,
Jason
then
Momoa, just make him play any character. You don't have to see his face.
Oh,
How would you get Jason Momoa's face to look like an alien space?
No, you don't. You just have his voice, and you just use the Kilowog model.
I have my casting for this is my casting for either Reverse Flash or Sinestro. Jason Isaacs.
No.
No,
You
no,
cast
no.
Homelander as Reverse
Homelander.
Flash. You cast Homelander as Reverse
Okay,
Flash.
fine. Homelander's a Flash, but for Sinestro, it's Jason Isaacs.
No, it's got to
Nope.
be Mark Strong.
It has to be Mark.
Has to
No,
be
Strong.
Strong.
This is Draco's father. I'm sorry. You got to
No.
admit he is menacing enough to be.
No,
Sinestro.
he is, but Mark Strong
Not
is
for
way better
Sinestro.
Sinestro. No.
Sinestro is conniving and fearsome.
Yeah, and so it's honestly, if you look at all the stuff that Jason Isaacs has played, he's got that down.
I agree with you, but when I saw Mark Strong play Sinestro, that was one of the redeeming parts of that movie. I was like, oh yes.
But I'm sorry, but just looking at how he plays Severus Snape, that is Sinestro.
No, I agree with you on that.
Sinestro?
No. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. Malfoy. Lucius
No.
Malfoy. Sorry. Draco's father.
He didn't scream Sinestro to me, honestly. Mark
Have you
Strong
seen
was
his other
more
roles?
Sinestro.
Have you seen what's that film with Mel Gibson?
Which one?
The Revolutionary War one.
I have. That's
Yeah.
not Sinestro.
The Patriot. Like the villain he plays is like it's just he's got that kind of like British swarmy.
If given the right
charm.
material, he could pull it off. I'll be fair to Nick.
Wait. I
If
gotta
given
say
the right
something, right?
material.
I gotta
Yes,
say
that's
something,
Eladia.
right? Mark Strong has played Sinestro. He is fit perfectly for that role for Sinestro, right? And he has the acting chops, as the Batman said.
Wait.
Right.
The problem is, there's one problem with this, actually. You may have to go with Nick's option, because Mark Strong already played Savannah.
No, here's the thing:
Oh my god, he was
Double
so
role.
good at Savannah. Oh my god.
double roles.
Oh, okay.
Casting.
He's an
I mean, we're
alien.
already
I mean, to be fair, Sinestro's gonna be under like heavy makeup, so
so you won't be able to notice
No,
No.
Lauren. No.
Okay, here's a question for you. I really want Jason Isaacs somewhere in the DC universe. Who could he play?
it.
Vandal
Jason Isaac.
Savage.
Vandal
Okay.
Savage.
Vandal
I'm
Savage.
okay with that. I'm okay with that.
It's either between him and Mads Mikkelsen for Vandal Savage.
No, Mads
I think
Mikkelsen.
he-
No, Mads is Black Mask.
Okay.
Eh,
Well, they already had a Black Mask, and that
but
was
who would you
Ewan
bring
McGregor.
back as Ra's al Ghul? If you could do one storyline with Ra's al Ghul, who would you
Oh, Liam Neeson is off the table.
cast?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not going to bring back Liam Neeson. No. If for
Ra's
Tom-
al Ghul is a tough one.
Jason Isaacs could do Rage.
he
Wait.
could.
You're saying
could.
everything for. Hold on, you got Nick has been saying everything for Rachel,
Is it-
every character for
Yeah.
Jason Isaac.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
he's basically like Jason Isaacs, Superman. Jason Isaacs, Batman. Jason Isaacs, Batman.
Actually-
Jason Isaacs, Flash. No, you're like any character in the DC Encyclopedia. You're like Jason Isaacs.
I just think Jason Isaacs is a really good like villain actor, and
No, but
He is,
Nick,
but not for
you-
Sinestro.
No, here's the thing. We're not Tevye. We're not saying Liam Neeson. He's off the. He's off the.
oh, okay, Lug, perfect, perfect.
Oh.
Benedict
Yeah.
Cumberbatch. Yeah, he could do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree with you. He
Ben-
could do it.
He could do it.
Ben-
You know
Oh,
what? Yeah,
Rachel McAdams for Talia.
No, I know what I know why you're doing that, but it doesn't work.
She could do it.
Talia has to be intimidating, and no.
I know somebody who could play Talia al Ghul.
Who?
Eva Green.
No, she's playing Poison Ivy. We're not. We have to limit the double castings, Nick. What's up, Talia?
It's a British. She's a British actress. She's
Okay.
an upcoming star, Florence Pugh, where she just had to change her color. Hair
Oh,
color.
Yelena.
She's a little young, but I could see her
She
playing.
can pull it off.
She could pull it off really well if you see the way she plays Yelena. So I could say that.
She
Pull
could be
it off.
Nissa. She could be
The
Nissa.
problem is she has to be old enough to be in love with Ben Affleck.
Here's. Oh, wait,
Okay,
wait.
here's my
No,
compromise.
no.
Nick, what's up?
Okay, if they're gonna do a Tigers, a Titan storyline, she plays Tigress, the one who gets matched with Roy Harper.
Artemis?
And then
No.
Not
In Titan's storyline. Okay, so Tigress is actually a younger character
He
in
means
the
the comics.
comics.
Okay.
Yeah, and also in Young Justice, she's actually younger too. Basically in the Titan storyline, this is kind of like 90s, 2000s. She actually gets involved with Roy Harper. That's kind of the storyline they adapted for Young Justice. It's actually a Titan storyline. Basically, Tigress is kind of like a Catwoman type, where like he's an evildoer, but like he kind of flirts with being good.
Basically, him in Cheshire. Okay.
Oh no, sorry, you're right. She played Cheshire. I think.
No, Tavia. I knew Tavia was gonna bring this up. I knew he was.
Oh
gonna bring
my
it up.
gosh.
Oh
Okay,
God.
Tavia. In our version of the DC universe, those two versions don't. The only person that exists is Damian Wayne.
I'll
I
humor
knew Tavia was
him.
gonna bring this up.
If you really want a Damian Wayne casting that badly, get the guy who played Bruce Wayne in Gotham, and be done.
No,
No,
he can't.
no.
No, he can't do that.
No, Jay Heath.
I know some.
Actually, you know what? Right, I'm doing this. Welcome back to the top, Nick.
You know who would be really good, but he's kind of a bit too old, but like acting wise, he's perfect. Taron Egerton.
No.
No,
No.
who played?
No. I preface with saying he was too old.
Nick.
But acting wise, he's perfect. Acting wise, he could perfectly do Damian Wayne.
Asa Butterfield from Ender's Game.
You know what? I was gonna bring this up. Don't do Damian Wayne and Jonathan Kent yet. Scrap that out the window.
Don't do them at all.
Don't do them at all. Focus on Connor Kent first.
Oh, Taron Egerton for Tim Drake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
It's
I'm good with that.
feel if you're gonna do Superboy, you have to do Connor Kent first.
Yeah, you gotta do Connor Kent. And honestly, I would
Actually, Taron could do Connor Kent. Taron could do it.
Yeah. Honestly,
wait,
Tavia.
Nick, wait, can I say something?
Yeah, go
Nick,
ahead.
Don't say every actor for every.
Yeah,
role,
please don't, Nick. All right, Tavia. We're in our the way we're considering this plan is that we're going with classic DC characters for the Snyderverse. We're not doing we're not doing any pre-rebirth new characters.
Technically, well, John's the only one that's actually rebirth. Damian was pre-Flashpoint.
Damian's pre-Flashpoint, so that's why we can do Damian.
But Jonathan Kent, right, has to be done way down the line.
Way down the line. That's why I'm saying for right now where we are, we're just sticking with pre-rebirth.
It has to be Connor Kent. It has to be Connor Kent.
Yeah, we're not doing legacy characters except
Okay,
for Wally West.
Who plays Miss Martian?
Mr. Martian, that's a really
Give the
good
woman from Young Justice. Just have her play.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No.
Hello, Megan.
Hello,
No, she's a voice actress. You know.
She not entirely. She played.
But I thought we agreed.
Makeup,
I thought we agreed we weren't pulling characters
That's
from the
Arrowverse. That's the Arrowverse. Different rules for non-Arrowverse.
Oh, come on.
Hypocrite.
I thought of somebody that we could use for what's it
She
called?
might be too old, but the woman who played Mystique in the X-Men movies.
Jennifer
Lawrence?
No, the earlier ones. Not Jennifer.
Jennifer Lawrence could do it.
Yeah, she can still do Ms. Martian, but Rebecca Romaine, no.
No.
I can see Jennifer Lawrence playing actually a legacy character. Who do I think?
I don't think because
Batgirl Barbara Gordon.
No, we already have a Batgirl, Anna Hendricks.
And if it's Batman Beyond, she's being played by Alicia Silverstone.
Yes.
No, but if you think about it, right? If Anna Kendrick isn't available,
she's a good backup. She's
a good backup, right?
Yeah, I could see her playing Barbara Gordon and Oracle, honestly.
Yeah, right. And whoops, whose phone was that?
Oh, and by the way, in this universe, we're going with the Oracle version of Batgirl right now.
We're not doing the whole Batgirl year one type of thing.
Well,
no, in this universe, the Killing Joke already happened.
Okay.
Because I figure at this point, with how crazy Batman is in BVS, lots has happened beyond Robin getting killed.
And Tavia's asking, what about Tim Drake Robin?
Well, Tim Drake. Taron Egerton.
Alter it to where it's Jason Todd Robin that's dead. Have Nightwing. And then establish a new actor for Tim Drake.
Yeah, and in other words, Tim Drake does not exist in this universe yet.
Actually, what I would do, if they're gonna bring in a new Robin, I think this is a time we do Carrie Kelly. I really feel strongly because Carrie Kelly, everyone talks about diversity and I want to do it right this time. And fine, we'll bring in Carrie Kelly, and we're gonna do the I Want to Be Your Partner. Bring in Carrie Kelly, and have Nightwing in Bloodhaven, and he's doing his thing, and he doesn't talk to Batman.
I wouldn't bring in a new Robin at all.
That's a good idea, but Batfleck has outgrown his Dark Knight Returns characterization. So,
but Batman always needs a Robin, even if he's doing better. He still needs a Robin, and basically, I would combine the Carrie Kelly and Tim Drake characters and have it still be Carrie Kelly, because that way you can have your female Robin, and it's still perfectly fine, and it can do great characters. Like, I just want to see like the Robin with like the big glasses. I just think that'd be so cool. Question: who would play? Chloe Grace Martinez plays Carrie Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, I can see that.
Yes, absolutely. She'd basically be a player like Hit Girl.
Pretty much.
Why combine both characters?
For kind of compactness, because like if you introduce one Robin, you're not going to be really introducing another one for like some time. Like I don't think that's going to happen. So it's better just kind of combine the personalities of both of them into it, and just say like Tim Drake doesn't exist in either universe and might not ever. So just kind of combine the personalities. And I feel like Carrie Kelly is a character who is criminally underrepresented in larger DC comics, and I want to see her come back.
I will give the DCAMU this. When they did Death and Reign, they never did too much with it, but they did kind of have a John Connor hybrid where they never confirmed which Superboy it was. They just created an amalgamation of the two. And I feel like if the DCAMU had done more, you really could have gotten at least a reflection of that.
I believe it was Connor. They never called him Connor because if you look at the origin, it's the Connor origin. By the way, who would play Nightwing?
Get the guy from Titans.
It's
a solid cast.
No.
Can we institute a rule? Whatever it is, we're not pulling an actor who already played a role.
Okay, now we're expanding the rule. Okay, that's fine.
But if you want an actor, like if you want the actor who played Nightwing to play someone else, that is fair game. It just makes it too easy, and it just makes
him
it
play Tim Drake.
I know someone. I think we should get a fresh new face that hasn't played in cinema before, like how Star Wars did with, with their character for the sequel trilogies, right?
You could do that.
I think that works out for WB because if they got a theater actor to come in who's acrobatic as well.
True. Plus, you get more longevity, so you can do more Nightwing content.
There is one other character you could do. One other person, I think, and he played the Power Rangers, Blue Power Ranger, and that's Yoshi Shidaro.
What is he playing?
Nightwing.
Nightwing.
Maybe.
I've seen him.
I hesitate to pull any of the
cosplay. I've seen him cosplay as the character.
I know.
I'm sorry, but some of those Power Ranger actors are really good actors, especially the later ones. Like you got to realize, the red RPM Ranger was in Jessica Jones. He was like the assistant, and then also iZombie, the lead of iZombie, was also an RPM. She was RPM, like literally the lead series from iZombie was a Power Ranger.
And by the way, Tevia, we are double casting Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, so I was going to say...
All right. Hold on. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
I'm having technical difficulties.
No, I can hear you.
Yeah, so before I let everyone else speak, the reason why I say Yoshi Shidaro is because not only is he an acrobat, but he has got that skills to play.
Physicality wise, I agree with you. Like he does actually have the physicality to play Nightwing. I need to see him. Like I'm gonna give a hesitant yes because I feel like he's kind of got like that happy-go-lucky kind of attitude to his acting,
which is
that
Nightwing.
Would fit Nightwing. Yes. Race wise, he's not exactly there, but like I think he would kind of follow.
He'd be a good stunt double.
Can I finish my?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
While he's not the right race, I do think he falls under the right actor for the role. But like I'm hesitant to say that. I need to see how he does. But I'm going to give a hesitant yes with reservations.
Me too. Because he's close enough to he looks close enough to Nightwing. He has the same attitude. He's an acrobat. I just hesitate to pick Power Rangers actors.
A lot of the Power Ranger actors are otherwise really good.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I mean,
you do realize the lead of iZombie was a Power Ranger.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen iZombie, so
If you could get Jason David Frank, who would he play?
No. He's not going anywhere near. He is a crap actor. There's a reason he hasn't done anything.
Wait. You say the Green Ranger, the iconic Green Ranger.
There is a reason he hasn't done anything other than Power Rangers since Power Rangers. Whereas where you have all these other actors who have literally been cast in other things.
Yeah, he's not that good. He's not that good. Whenever you see him, it's only in Power Ranger stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're starting to see these other Ranger actors go on and get other roles. Like, for example, a lot of the Netflix series, they actually do have a lot of the Power Ranger actors. Like, in Daredevil, the one of the Russian gang members is from Jungle Fury. And then Cabin in the Woods. You guys seen Cabin in the Woods?
I've seen
I haven't seen it.
The blonde is actually is also from Jungle Fury. He was a Yellow Ranger. You know, the one who made out with the werewolf.
Okay.
The one with Thor. Thor's in that movie. And it's like, and also, for example, Devil May Cry. Literally, the guy who plays Nero is Johnny Young Bosch, and the guy who plays Virgil is Daniel Sonsworth, the Time Force Red Ranger. Also, Ruben Longren himself. He was a Beetleborg in Japan. He was Beeffighter Yama. And then he also did stunt. Devil May Cry actually has a lot of Power Ranger connections.
But you know what I'm saying is right, because of his acrobatic skills is there.
Yeah, physically, yes. My reservations are, I'm thinking maybe he can do it. I'm just not sure acting wise. I give a cautious yes. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm not talking about the Ninja Steel. I'm not talking about the Ninja Steel Blue Ranger. I'm talking about the Dino.
Yeah, you're not talking about his brother.
Yeah, I'm not talking about his brother. His
I'm
brother could
sorry.
play Tim Drake. His brother could play Tim Drake, though.
I'm sorry, but like one of the most heartwarming moments is so they always announce the next cast at like Power Morphicon.
Yeah.
And so both Yoshi and his brother are huge Power Ranger fans, and so they had the previous cast announce the next ones. So Yoshi got to announce his brother.
Oh, that's great.
And it's like if you watch it, he like tears up. He gets all emotional. It's just like
I saw that on YouTube. I saw that.
That's so cool.
I saw all the behind the scenes stuff, and it looked amazing.
Knowing the emotion behind it, it just because like Yoshi is such an ascended fanboy. He's kind of like Henry Cavill, where it's like he's a fan of this stuff, and so it's like you're kind of happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
At least with Yoshi, he loves Nightwing, and that he loves the character Nightwing because he's been playing Gotham Knights, and he's been playing that game too.
Yeah, that's why I feel like the comparison between Yoshi and Henry are pretty valid because they are very similar in terms of being. It's the same thing with David Tennant. You know, they're ascended fanboys because David Tennant was a huge. Okay, that is way off topic, but
exactly. But
I know what you're saying.
Back to what we were saying. Okay, so I could see him as tentatively for Nightwing.
Yes, I think that's fair.
Who'd you cast then as not Jim Gordon, Harvey Bullock?
Danny DeVito.
Honestly, yes. That actually is not bad.
I just want to do that and like have him have interaction with Colin Farrell as a penguin. You know, and it's have Colin Farrell like, what do you know about penguins?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you.
That would be hilarious. That would actually be hilarious.
You know what? And you know what? I could actually see Danny DeVito taking the role of Harvey Bullock, and when he reads the script, it's like, oh, I'm going to be interacting with Penguin because he'll know exactly how people are going to react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I could see that. That's a good one.
Also, he would be a good Harvey Bullock. Let's be honest.
He would, honestly. I could see him playing Harvey. Now, let's see. What else? What's one more casting we could do?
Before we end it.
Yeah, before we end it, because I'm getting tired. Okay, so who would you cast as Cassandra Cain, the most butchered character in that movie? Millie Bobby Brown.
Well, because I always kind of imagine Cassandra as Asian.
Okay, that's fine.
Although so it's like I'd probably want like an Asian act because like thankfully there's actually a ton of like martial art. Like I was gonna say Zhang Zi, but like he might be a little bit too old. Zhang Zi was like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and whatnot. By the way, I really want Michelle Yeoh to be in here somewhere.
She could be Shiva.
Shiva, yeah.
What's that one character from Iron Fist? Madame Gao. The drug dealer woman.
Yeah,
I could see her as played by Michelle Yeoh. I could see that because like she was from Kung Lung and and whatnot, so that would be pretty cool. But like Zhang Zi might be a little bit too old. What about Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
And by the way, are we keeping Sasha Kaye as Supergirl?
Yeah, I actually saw this picture. I actually saw this picture of her with like longer hair, and she looks so much better. Like that short hair just does not work for her. I'm sorry.
They're doing like the like Injustice Supergirl who existed in Clark's dreams like look, but it's still Kara. But yeah, her with long hair. I agree. I saw that same picture.
Like I'm sorry. Like if you dye your hair blonde, or you give her more of a blonder look and kind of like at least give her a bob. Like I'm sorry, that kind of cut is just too masculine.
Yeah.
Like at least give her more of like a bob, and like color it more blondish. Yeah, it could probably work. It's just that cut just does not work for her.
It doesn't work for her. But yeah, I agree with you. I think she. Now, granted, we haven't seen her in anything about Jay Heat. Do you agree on keeping Sasha Kaye as Supergirl?
Oh, definitely. She was good with what she was given. It's just most of it was melodrama CW garbage.
No, that's not Sasha Kaye. I'm talking. That's Benoist.
Wait, you're talking about from the Supergirl movie?
Melissa was awesome. Like honestly,
she was good.
The one time I would break the rule is to have her be a Supergirl. Like I'm sorry, she was great.
Yeah, let me put it this way. Okay, Sasha Kaye is who's playing her in The Flash.
I keep her.
I would just give her different hairstyle because it looks too androgynous. It looks way too androgynous for Supergirl. I'm sorry.
I could actually see a future Trunk scenario similar to what Nick and I talked about in the previous stream, where she's more so Supergirl related to being
Boob window.
You mean Power Girl?
Oh my God, they will never do that. They will never do that.
The boob window. They'll do the suit and then put an emblem on her chest.
Yeah, they'll put the emblem on the chest, but I feel
or what they'll do is like they'll give the window, but like there's no cleavage.
Yeah, what's up, Claudia?
I was gonna bring this up, right? I think Sasha Kaye makes a great Supergirl cast anyway, because if you think about it, Henry Cavill is British as a British actor, and nobody really thought about Henry Cavill being Superman. Nobody thought about that. Now, if you think about it, Sasha Kaye's Supergirl isn't a British or American actor. She's Latino, so she would do well as Supergirl. I feel, and just give her the chance.
I feel like wait until let's revisit this casting until after we see like the Flash, because then we'll have like an indication of how is she like, because obviously we know Benoist is a good Supergirl because we've seen her play the character before.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see after trailer 2. Give it trailer 2, because I think we're gonna get another trailer for the Flash.
Yeah,
probably in March. I think that's around about. I think March time we're gonna get trailer 2 for the Flash.
Yeah.
What about a Booster Gold movie? Who would play a good Booster Gold?
Ryan. No. That's
Nathan Fillion.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was saying. It's gotta be Nathan Fillion playing Booster Gold. Who would play Ted Cord?
Ooh.
Because you gotta
Dixon Isaacs.
No.
Brandon Routh. Brandon Routh.
Not Brandon Routh. You know who would play him? Okay. Bear with me, because they actually have like chemistry. Wash from Firefly.
You mean
I could see it.
What's the actor's name, Nick?
I know
Alan
exactly.
Tudyk?
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because they have that Booster Gold and Blue Beetle chemistry. If you've seen Firefly, they could do it.
That is interesting. That would be
who did you cast as Blue Beetle? I mean, as Booster Gold.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion.
There's no reason not to put him as Booster Gold.
No. I have a suggestion.
Who?
Bruce Campbell.
No.
No.
I'm sorry. Bruce Campbell it would be better as Booster Gold.
No,
I can see it. I can see it. He's too old, but I can see it.
No, I mean Nathan Fillion is old too. So, come on.
Plus, you already have the built-in chemistry with Blue Beetle right there.
Yeah, but come on, Bruce Campbell is perfect as Booster Gold. That kind of like arrogant, swarmy, but you still love him kind of thing. That is Bruce Campbell.
He's Plastic Man.
Yeah, that's Plastic Man.
He's Plastic Man right there.
No, Nathan Fillion is Plastic Man.
No.
Okay.
No.
Here's a compromise.
Flip
Here's
it.
a compromise. Bruce Campbell as an older Booster Gold mentoring Jaime Ray as Blue Beetle. That's a compromise.
Okay.
And the Booster Gold that goes on adventures with Blue Beetle.
In that scenario, you have the guy who plays Johnny Lawrence as Booster Gold.
I don't know who that is.
From Cobra Kai, because you got
I don't watch Cobra Kai. I already established that.
Well, why aren't you watching Cobra Kai?
Because I have too many shows I gotta watch for this. I gotta watch Avatar, which I'm enjoying, by the way. I gotta watch Titans. I gotta watch all this other crap.
The reason I say that is because Zolo is playing Blue Beetle. He's from Cobra Kai.
No, but
Cobra Kai never die.
Cobra Kai never dies.
Oh my gosh, we are. I'm not gonna have to give you guys a Cobra Kai discussion again, or am I?
Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
But my point is,
mercy.
the one that actually, I'm gonna wrap it up in a second. The one that the Booster Gold that's actually interacting with Ted Kord, just traveling through time and shenanigans, is going to be like Nathan Fillion. I could do it. They could kind of do it like Deadpool did at the end of his movie, where he's going through time and screwing with. He could go to like all these classic DC movies and like screw around with everything in there.
Okay, who's playing Ambush Bug? Not Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, come on, that's perfect.
Come on,
he's playing Deadpool. That's Deadpool. What are you doing, Nick?
That's exactly why I'm banning him from playing Ambush Bug.
Lawrence Snyder can play Blue Beetle. All right. All right.
I'm already Constantine, so.
All right, I'll tell you what. If we cover, if we do a Gold and Blue audio comic, you can play Blue Beetle. All right, but all right.
Who are we getting to play Arsenal, Red Hood kind of, Red Arrow kind of thing?
That's a good question.
Roy Harper.
That's a good question.
What about the guy? Can we bring him back? The guy from Arrowverse back, or is he completely done?
He's done. He's done.
I thought we agreed on that.
We agreed on that. We agreed on that. We keep the rule is nothing. We can't recast specifically unless it's Benoist from Supergirl.
I will say, for Rip Hunter, I think it should be the guy who played Malcolm Merlin.
For Rip Hunter,
he was also Jack Harkness in Doctor Who / Torchwood.
For Rip Hunter.
I mean, come on! You got Rory Pond to play Rip Hunter. I'm sure we can do another Doctor Who actor.
He was better at the dude from Legends was a better Rip Hunter.
You know, he was Rory in Doctor Who. He was a Doctor.
I don't watch Doctor Who. And by the way, who's gonna play Static Shock?
The guy from Stranger Things.
I think we should save this for the next stream. I think that would be really better idea for us to have like.
I want the guy from Stranger Things to play Static Shock for sure.
We're gonna talk about that on the next stream, and yes, we're gonna. Well, I'll tell you what. On maybe like next like Comics League Dark, we can have like a time where we just go through and like cast everyone. Michael Jai White. Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White is going to play Bronze Tiger again.
Okay, honestly, I could see that. But
he did. Okay, so this is breaking the rules, to be fair, because he did play Bronze Tiger. Oh my God, Michael Jai White is as Icon.
I'm telling you that's why I'm like, why not?
The Michael B. Jordan would be a good pick for Icon.
Because you
already would be a good pick for Static.
Okay, Icon.
Okay, who plays Rocket?
Oh, Kiki Palmer.
No.
All right, this will be the last one, and then we're gonna end it. Who plays Rocket? Let's think about this.
I don't know. I have got no clue.
How young does Rocket have to be?
At least post-adolescent, like early 20s.
Okay,
basically between 15 and 28, basically, kind of.
Okay, so no Halle Berry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
Rocket is kind of like a Teen Titans level character, because who would you have, like, because it's the same kind of, like, who would you have play Bumblebee?
That's we're saving that for another stream.
Okay.
Probably in terms of Rocket. Oh man, the only person I could think of is Keke Palmer.
But that's such a safe casting, though.
She wants to play a superhero. I could see her more as Rocket than Rogue.
No, Anita Drop is too old.
No, and plus, she's not the best choice for Starfire.
But, okay, if you're to recast Anna Diop in another role, what would it be? Because she's a good actress.
She's a good actress.
I can see her as Rocket because you have that maternal instinct, like an older Rocket. After she's already had her child.
No, I wouldn't put her into another DC role.
I think she's a good actress.
Even though she's a good actress, I don't think she should be put into another DCU role. In my opinion.
One more, actually. Who plays Starfire, assuming we would recast Diop?
Depends who's playing Nightwing.
That's the hard part.
Well, I think we should save all of this.
Yeah, we'll save this.
Starfire is too big of a casting that require more discussion.
All right, you know what? We're gonna save all the stuff for this week's Comics League Dark.
But before we sign off, let's do our outros and let
there's one more thing I want to do. Nick, you said you had some news about Screecher. I apologize. I didn't mean to say this for the end, but the floor is yours.
So, some good news. Screecher will be going to print this week. I will be getting the money will be hitting my account as early as tomorrow and as late as Thursday. So I can say with 100% certainty, I am going to print sometime this week. Could be Monday, could be Friday, or sometime in between there. And so we should be able to ship out as soon as December. Some stuff might be pushed to January, but everything will be shipped out by February. That is my promise to you guys.
There you go.
So for me, I've got my Gotham Knights review coming up. I've got that coming out maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Mm-hmm. And then on next Saturday, guys, next weekend, I have got The Boys, these three idiots right here, on my channel. And I'm going to have the Bat channel on my page. We'll be talking this week in DCU. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page, what are you guys doing? I also got a community tab recently, so I'll update you whenever I've got stuff going coming to the page. You guys will be notified for that.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to highlight this comment right there. That's like
Henry
we've already.
Cavill.
No, we're not recasting Superman.
Henry Cavill.
I mean, we all know Jason Isaacs to play Superman, so
get him out.
Please. You know what? That's it. Last time I'm doing this.
I mean, come on. You know it's kind of become a bit at this point.
Smallville would have been a better casting.
Lugberg. I can't pronounce his name. Yes.
Yeah.
Same
yeah, technically yes.
Yeah.
So also, the third episode of the Avatar rewatch will be that me and Jared have been doing. Will be going live tomorrow.
And tomorrow I have a like podcast length video coming up with Taladia Plays and Jay Heat, where we talk about how nostalgia is hurting the comic book industry and over-reliance on nostalgia, in other words. And what you got coming on your channel, Jay Heat?
Well, I'm actually starting a SWTOR Let's Play series with Sith Warrior. So I'm just trying to get the
best class.
The best class. And we're currently on part 4 right now. Part 5 will be coming out in the coming days.
Nice.
And maybe I can get Jedi Knight part 1 out by this time next week.
Awesome.
Excelente.
And also on Wednesday, I have an interview with an indie creator, and then I'm trying to get Wes from Thinking Critical back on the channel, where we will discuss anything comics, because he always brings big numbers. I may even do a live stream this time to talk about it.
Hey, we'd be glad to have him.
Yep. On that note, gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Everyone else, have a great week and stay heroic, everyone. Bye bye.